Thanks for joining us for this edition of National Focus. I'm Tasia Floissac. Coming up, cocoa farmers trained in new pruning techniques, 2014 Dumfesta activities to attract regional hip-hop artists, and the DAT calls for teachers to embrace technology in education. Stay tuned for these and other stories after this.
The black Sikatoka fungus can survive on banana and plantain leaves even after they have been cut from the tree. Farmers and hucksters are encouraged to use alternate cushioning material when moving produce from farm to the market. Do not use banana and plantain leaves as cushioning. It is against the law to move banana and plantain trash from the field. Obey the law and stop the spread of black Sikatoka today.
Cocoa farmers from the northern and western agricultural regions who participated in a farmer field school program were presented with certificates of accomplishment at a graduation ceremony held at the Cabrits on Tuesday. The 8-week training program, which commenced in January and February 2014 respectively, focused on pruning techniques. The program, organized by the Ministry of Agriculture and Dominica Export-Import Agency Tasia, also involved practical hands-on experience and sharing of farmer experiences. Farmers who participated in the field school are excited about the knowledge gained.
Before, we used to use the cutlass to just cut extra tree, extra leaves, extra branches, but from the field we learned that we should never use cutlass. We have saws and chainsaws and other equipments that can be used. So I have started using that on our farm, and I also learned that we should never climb cocoa trees because it damages the soft spots in the trees. I have also learned that we should keep our trees as low as between 12 and 15 feet tall. Best time to prune is after harvest, around June to October. We also learned that the main crops can be harvested between October to May.
Cyrus Sebastian, a cocoa farmer from Kulibistri, says he has been equipped with valuable information about sanitary and structural pruning.
In the sanitary pruning, we have two forms of pruning, the sanitary pruning and the structural pruning. In the sanitary pruning refers to cleanliness and environmental. And in the structural pruning, it was referred to keeping good shape to the plants. And also, we learned it's very bad practice whenever we are harvesting to climb a cocoa tree. It can damage the branches and it can damage the structural habitat of the plants. We also discussed in the cocoa farm in Kulibistri, whenever we have in the pods that is on the tree, we have to make sure that we discard the pods, because allowing the pods to remain on the tree, it can be very damaging. So therefore, the habit of the pods should make sure that we remove them from the tree and then pile them together and then burn them, discard them completely.
Theodora Williams, who had the pleasure of facilitating the training exercise, summarizes the farmer field school program as worthwhile. Ms. Williams is confident that cocoa farmers now have an added impetus to rehabilitate their cocoa farms and increase production.
Today, I can boldly say that you are quite competent and equipped to prune and rehabilitate your plot. The work of learning has now started. Go out to your fields and revive those cocoa trees.
Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Agriculture, Harold Geest, admonished cocoa farmers to use their newly acquired skills to enhance production.
Knowledge is power, gentlemen, so that you'll be able to know how to get the maximum out of your crop and work with greater efficiency. You know, sometimes we can work for years at doing something wrong and not realizing its full potential. So here is a wonderful opportunity that do not be afraid of change. Don't be afraid of change. Let us do something different. We try something a few times the same way. Let us try something different and see what happens. And then I believe in this case, something positive, greater efficiency will be realized in the type of practices that I have heard that was taught during the field school program.
Officials of the ministry are encouraged by the efforts and enthusiasm of cocoa farmers to breathe new life into the cocoa industry.
Cocoa for us in the Ministry of Agriculture in the country is a very important crop. As a matter of fact, it can be considered a very strategic crop, and it has been proven to be a very top of the line in Comuna that farmers that can partake in. It is of course traditional, but it's not only that. It tells a bigger story than just being a tradition for most of our farm families. And the Ministry of Agriculture and the division by extension will certainly engage farmers across the country, and all the collaborators in ensuring that we meet our targets in establishing, in rehabilitating, and to ensure, of course, that we have the production that we require into the future.
Graduates have been told that the enabling environment will continue to be created to allow them to thrive in the industry. The government of Dominica is currently investing $1.2 million in the construction of a cocoa processing area and a drying facility in Marigot.
We are now hopefully setting up the drying facility in Marigot, and that will take care of one of the first steps for export or for agro-processing. And we will continue putting the required infrastructure as is needed for us to develop that crop further.
The Division of Agriculture views cocoa production as one way of diversifying Dominica's agriculture sector. Plans are to produce sufficient cocoa for local consumption as well as for export. And in other news, since its establishment, the Global Environmental Facility GEF Small Grants Program has embodied the very essence of sustainable development by thinking globally, acting locally. In a recent interview with GIS News, Director of the Environment Coordinating Unit ECU and member of the National Steering Committee Lloyd Pascal expressed that the program's initiatives are in keeping with its mandate to demonstrate that community action can maintain the fine balance between human needs and environmental imperatives. He noted the program's establishment in Dominica as a welcomed development.
The Small Grants Program local office is a very welcome development for us in Dominica. There was a time when Barbados, there's a UNDP office for small grants that is in Barbados that represented Barbados and the Eastern Caribbean. So every project that we wanted to submit and so on, we had to send it to Barbados before. Subsequently, a few years ago, we established our own local office in Dominica, and none of the other Caribbean islands had their local office.
The program, implemented in 1992, has engaged in numerous community building initiatives, providing financial and technical support to projects that conserve and restore the environment while enhancing people's well-being and livelihoods. It contributes grants of up to $50,000 to community adaptation programs and non-governmental groups to assist in preparation for the ongoing effects of climate change.
We believe that one of the foremost things that is happening with the small grant program is that they have established something that they call community adaptation programs. That is to prepare communities to prepare for climate change and climate change adaptation. We know that there's a lot for us to do in terms of preparing, because we live in an area that is in the belt of the hurricanes and rough weathers. And it is a good idea. I mean, we have always done that in all our lives to prepare ourselves. Hurricane is coming, during hurricane season, repair what is broken after hurricanes. But it's good that, we can do more.
Over the past 24 years, the SGP has assisted in areas of biodiversity, climate change mitigation and adaptation, land degradation and sustainable forest management, international waters and chemicals, Pascal expressed that he is very pleased with the efforts of the program thus far.
There are lots of other things that can be done in Dominica in terms of improving people's livelihoods, at the same time protecting the environment. And that is what the small grant program is there for, to assist people. There is an initial grant of $50,000 for each project, each community, and that is I think the maximum that they can get is $50,000 US. But I am very pleased that many groups around Dominica are enjoying the benefits of that goodness.
The National Cultural Council and the Cultural Division is this year presenting yet another opportunity to celebrate Dominica's rich heritage with the staging of the annual Domfesta activities. The 2014 calendar of events, which will run from April 25th to June 1st, was formally presented to the media at a press conference on Wednesday at the Old Mill Cultural Center. The Festival of Arts, which was conceived in 1983, was designed to showcase the talents of Dominican artists and other aspects of Dominica's cultural heritage. The 2014 Domfesta activities will commence on Wednesday, April 25th with a dance extravaganza featuring the Waiti Kubuli Dance Theatre Company at the Arak Halls of Culture.
On April 25th and 26th, the Waiti Kubuli Dance Theatre Company will stage an exciting dance program at the Arak House of Culture. The Dame High Chorus concert will be staged at the Fort Young Hotel on Thursday, May 1st from 7 p.m. The Girardel Eggleston Flower Show will take place from May 3rd to 7th. We have here a representative in the person of Stephanie Roy, one of the show organizers, who will give more detail. Our Domfesta photographic exhibition opens at the Old Mill Cultural Center from 7:30 p.m. on Tuesday, May 6th. And on May 9th and the 10th, the play Madam Speaker by Tasia Powell will be on at the Arawak House of Culture.
Domfesta activities this year will also feature the annual Creole Spelling Bee competition, a night of poetry, and African Liberation Week. Additionally, this year, David Milome, a French hip-hop dancer from Martinique, has been invited to grace Dominica's festivities. He will host dance workshops while on the island.
On the evening of Friday, May 16th, from 7 p.m., a very exciting hip-hop dancer will be here in Dominica to perform courtesy the Alliance Française de la Dominique. He is David Milome from Guadeloupe. Don't miss this opportunity to see this French hip-hop dancer in concert.
An activity dubbed Pan in Harmony, slated for Friday, May 24th, will be held in honor of Pan icon, the late Edward Andre.
We will be celebrating steel pan music with Breezy's Pan Symphony and Friends at the Alliance Française on Friday, May 24th from 7 p.m. This will be held in honor of Mr. Edward Andre. Music and pan lovers should come out and support.
The annual Pork Festival at Bagatelle is scheduled to run from Friday, May 30th to Sunday, June 1st. The 2014 Domfesta activities will culminate with a play by the New Dimension Theatre dubbed Desired Will Part 2. An appeal has been extended to the general public to partake in the events.
Domfesta is a wonderful opportunity to immerse ourselves in our culture. It is a time when we focus on our creative talents in the arts. It is a time for solidification of our national identity and pride in ourselves as individuals and as a nation state. Therefore, we would like to encourage the general public to attend the events and immerse yourselves in the culture.
And in more news, the Dominica Association of Teachers has called for teachers to embrace technology in the enhancement of education. In fact, that was the theme of the association's 12th biennial conference, which took place on Wednesday at the Garway Hotel. The conference was addressed by 3 main speakers who all wholeheartedly welcomed the idea of incorporating technology in the process of teaching and learning. The nation's Education Minister, Honorable Peter St. Jean, stated that students are already open to this change.
Students have an unquenchable appetite for things related to technology. And what is even more important is that they develop instant aptitudes for learning new technologies. When they can't, the question must be asked, why then can't we utilize such interest in promoting a lasting learning in students? I believe that the rapid and constant pace of change in technology is creating both opportunities and indeed challenges for our education system.
Labour Commissioner Matthew Leblanc was also one of the speakers at the event. He stated that this is the ultimate intention of the education enhancement drive. Leblanc also feels that the idea is a major one which will lead to a well-developed workforce.
This education must be enhanced. Why it must be enhanced? And the teachers must have a very important role in this, because the teachers are in constant direct communication with the students. And the students not only listen to what the teachers say, but the students copy. They emulate their teachers. I remember very well when I was at school, there were teachers, male teachers, who I wanted to be just like, even dress like them, and talk like them, and the gestures like them, because they were very, very inspirational to me. And there are students who even emulate the negative tendencies in teachers. So we have to be very careful. This enhancement must not only be for the educators, it must be for the system.
The featured speaker at Wednesday's event was principal of a Dominica Seventh-day Adventist Secondary School, Carlotta Challenger.
Our education system boasts educators from every era. There are those who entered the system when all that were needed to enhance the learning environment were notebooks, pens, and pencils. Others came aboard when textbooks were introduced. Another group came on board in the desktop and laptop millennium. Today, we have those who use PowerPoint to teach every lesson. And of course, we do have within our education system technology gurus. We are grateful to each group, since all have immensely contributed to educating past and present generations.
The principal highlighted very precise reasons why technology should be used to enhance education, the main one being that times have changed, therefore educators must change with the times.
Even though we might still have students sitting in rows and we stand in front, this is also not very common in many of our classrooms. I can attest that many schools are utilizing cooperative learning, which requires a totally different seating arrangement and the teacher moving throughout the classroom. So yes, we have made strides. There are, however, real differences in our educational system when compared to a century ago. One of the most important changes is that we are less reliant on rote learning today. We are more likely to inform our teaching with such things as Gardner's theory of multiple intelligences, Maslow's hierarchies of needs, Bloom's taxonomy, which assists us in forming our objectives and questioning techniques. We try to make learning more hands-on, rather than having students simply sit, listen, and memorize, and we strive as far as possible to integrate technology in our classrooms. We have made noticeable changes.
Look out for more of that presentation and others in Thursday's newscast. And that's the news. Stay tuned for the tip of the day.
Dominica is blessed with an abundance of water, but getting it to your home is an expensive venture. You have a responsibility to conserve water, to use it wisely. Remember the old adage, you never miss the water till the well runs dry. Think water, think life.
Healthy eating is not about strict nutrition philosophies, staying unrealistically thin, or depriving yourself of the foods you love. Rather, it's about feeling great, having more energy, stabilizing your mood, and keeping yourself as healthy as possible. All of which we can achieve by learning some nutrition basics and using them in a way that works for us. Eating healthy doesn't mean having large bowls of vegetables every day. You don't have to be perfect, and you don't have to completely eliminate the foods you love to have a healthy diet. If you approach the changes gradually and with commitment, you will have a healthy diet sooner than you think. And that's all for this edition of National Focus. We always welcome your suggestions and comments. Drop us an email at gis@dominica.gov.dm or visit our website news.gov.dm. Friend us on our Facebook page and be sure to like our GIS Dominica fan page. You can also catch up on the past National Focus newscasts on our GIS Dominica YouTube channel. From all of us here at GIS, I'm Tasia Floissac. Thanks for watching.